everybody. My name is Imogen Browder. I am an executive producer, co-writer, and I play Jules in Jules and Monty. And welcome to Director Commentary.
My name is Evie. I am the artistic director of Jules and Monty, and I also play Nancy.
My name is Ed. I'm one of the executive producers. I also helped write this thing, and I play Monty.
I'm Emma. I was the assistant artistic director, production manager, general stuff person for Jules and Monty.
I am Ben. I am the cinematographer and editor of Jules and Monty, and I also played Jules in Jules and Monty, which is people don't know that very often, but I know that I play Jules.
Yeah. I loved your performance, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we're going to go through each of our episodes and give a little commentary. So this can be anything from serious tidbits about being on set or jokes and things like that. So I hope you enjoy. The first episode we're watching is episode 1. Everybody ready?
Logical.
Yes.
Let's do it.
We're ready to go.
Starting now.
This intro is hellsick.
Hello, world!
If you don't say so yourself.
Good evening.
I love Becca in the background, just like moving every once in a while.
But she just kind of rolls around and stuff. My favorite part is that we did like so many more of these that didn't even make the cut, and this is like more than enough, but there was just so much.
I should also say a lot of the reason some of them didn't make the cut was because there were too many crotch shots of Becca.
Call me Monty.
Yeah, making sure that we protected everybody's modesty was like a serious problem during Jules and Monty as a whole.
Also, a lot of people don't know that all these sounds in the background, like the music and shit, that's all added in after. It's just Monty talking during the actual recording.
Thank you, Ben.
Babe, people will love your movie.
Yeah, it's a vlog, and thanks.
My pleasure. Hello, everybody.
Way too much light on the boobies there.
Go on, introduce me.
Never too
I
much
disagree,
light
you
on the
gotta highlight.
Friend, Rose.
Wow.
Emma wants to see more boobies.
Wall. That was just met with a wall of denial.
Happy to be back here.
I love how completely different Rose is for all It's an awkward kiss. I love how different Rose is.
I love Rose's incorporation into the web series as a whole. I think that's like a plus on the side of the writing, is seeing Rose as an actual character, whereas in Shakespeare she's kind of just like background noise.
She's
Well,
kind of
you never meet her. You know,
Yeah.
Romeo talks about her a little bit in the beginning and then tosses her, off to the side for the hounds, but it's fun to see her.
Before she gets tossed off to the side for the hound.
The French hound.
Now
Ow.
it's known as Pierre.
Ow!
Be rough with you, be rough with love.
I love that he comes in from off screen. This is a nice little moment
He's
here.
so cute.
You're biased.
I'm not biased.
Mark Matthews.
Sorry. Mark.
That
We were talking
shirt.
about this yesterday. We love how just like undecorated that side of the room is.
Yeah, semantics.
All you need is that MTG banner. I mean, that's all Mark would want.
Going
As
out-
opposed to maybe all of the framed Rush posters on Monty's side of the room.
Okay, yo, Rush is timeless. Okay.
Ain't it swell?
Yeah, let's also talk about the cat shirt as an aesthetic choice for a little bit, because honestly, I was the one who convinced Marcus to buy that shirt, and I'd like to say that overall, as the artistic director, that might have been my best choice.
Keep patting yourself on the back there, Evie.
Great.
What's up, mate?
Great.
Well done.
If you notice, Ed's eyes are a little extra dark. It's because he had a lot of makeup on from playing a drag queen the night before.
Theological studies.
And the night of. I feel like everyone who's watching this though will have already watched the one where we mentioned that.
That'll lead to my
Yeah.
eventual career as
Hey,
Also look for the Gollum fingernails.
or a homeless person.
Yeah, I just said that. Claire would want us to mention it.
Yeah, but in all seriousness.
Oh yeah, no, that was fun.
Ed consistently has nicer fingernails than I do.
I mean, last year everything just.
If by nicer you mean
I
longer.
can confirm that Ed has
I was
nice
about to say,
fingernails.
nicer, maybe not so much.
Anyway, I'm really excited about this year. I'm looking forward to meeting new people and way more classes.
Yeah, more parties. Alright.
What you
Mark is
really
just
care
killing
about.
it throughout this.
I'm not as interested.
Hey, gentle
Yeah, I thought that this was a
The
really
hair
good.
was a lot puffier at the beginning of this series.
Invites to the infamous
Yeah.
Kappa Fall.
I had to get the haircut for Orpheus, and then I had to keep getting the same haircut, so that's why it stayed short.
Drink all their booze, steal their women, and just generally break things. You want to go?
Trailer cut.
Okay, if I go to this, will you never ask me to one of these again?
Yeah, I think that Mark and Monty have such a
As I recall,
good roommate dynamic that's like so similar yet so different to Nancy and Jules, which I thought was good because it kind of establishes Jules and Monty on the same plane, like as how they act around their friends and kind of who they are, but on the other hand, it like totally differentiates their relationships, whereas Mark is kind of looking out just for himself. I think Nancy looks out for both of them a lot, so it's an interesting contrast between first and second episodes.
Yeah, but they're both like the guy ones of their pairings.
Yeah, agreed. They're definitely the.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was fine. I was just saying that they are the less dominant of the pair in both cases, which kind of makes sense. They find each other, I suppose.
Well, I mean, that makes sense because this is the only time we see them in a roommate capacity. The rest of the time, they're out of their room.
You know what I meant.
Monty and Mark.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Nancy
because
and Jules spend a lot of time in their
Nancy
room.
and Jules. It's actually weird to be talking to a webcam that's not set up in my dorm room.
Agreed.
Oh God, that's so strange.
Yeah. It's a little tight, isn't it?
I do think that Mark and Nancy both serve somewhat of the same. I mean, yes, the dynamic is different, but they both have the kind of advice giver, advice receiver kind of dynamic, if you know what I mean. And I would never go so far as to call them like older siblings or like parental.
If I may jump in here,
please.
You can hear those little sort of sounds of Rose talking in here, and that's actually her dialogue just from the episode, like this very episode, and it's just sort of muffled, and you can't really tell what she's saying, but if you listen really closely, you can hear her lines from earlier.
Also, I want to pour one out for my homie, R.I.P. Dumb phone. I miss you, buddy.
Oh no!
I'm pretty sure that was completely improv.
That was not scripted.
We did not write that.
So many moments that are not scripted.
It was technically a challenging episode for me for sound, and it's one of those that I like because not a lot of people have ever pointed out the sound in that episode. It's good, and people didn't notice it. It just sort of worked, so that was cool.
Yeah, no, I love that episode. I think looking back as a writer, it's a lot of exposition, and it's pretty heavy-handed exposition, and that's my critique of the first two episodes. I think Ed and I learned a lot as writers, and would try to pen that out a little bit more. But that being said, I think it's an interesting look into Monty and Mark, and it's a good introduction of the characters you come to know so well.
Also, I think heavy-handed exposition in the first few scenes, or in our case, episode, is quite Shakespearean.
Sure.
You know,
absolutely.
he had the benefit of having a prologue, you know, in Fair Verona, where we lay our scene, and we didn't make a prologue, so we needed to let people know what was happening somehow. So, like, I agree that, you know, maybe the exposition comes off as a little heavy-handed, but I think it's important, you know, everyone might be like, why do you need exposition? Everyone knows the story of Romeo and Juliet, but I don't think they know the story as we're telling it.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. And also one of the nicest parts about the exposition all being in like the first two episodes is that we didn't have to cover a lot after that point. Like we were able to set up the whole feud between the fraternities. We were able to set up their backgrounds and stuff, and we were able to set up some base relationships, like with Mark and with Nancy. So, you know, after episodes 1 and 2, we didn't have to cover a lot of that, which was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also think this style of exposition makes perfect sense in the context of the vlog style. You know, you have these students who are just getting used to this assignment and to doing this vlog, and so of course their first go at it is going to be very traditional and maybe a little static, and then as they learn along, we can find more action with them as they go.
Yeah, well, that's even, I mean, I think you can see that in the blocking, especially in this episode, was like I was trying to get Mark in and out to try and get people moving because we didn't want it to be too much like I'm going to sit in a chair and talk at the camera, which I definitely think happens more in episode 2 with Jules and Nancy's introduction.
Jules also needs a lot more help.
But, like, there has to be there has to be those moments of stillness because otherwise it's unrealistic.
Right.
Well, thanks for watching episode 1. We're going to do more of these.